Hello, my name is Megan. I am a junior studying advertising and I am a fellow at the Humanities Institute this semester. I am doing my project about social media and technology addiction in college students, and this week I'm doing a challenge where I delete social media for a week and have a few friends do it as well. So here is our video diary.
Hi, my name's Amanda.
Hi, my name is Juliana.
Hi, Jonah Albert.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Higginbotham.
Hi, I'm Kylie Ramsey.
I'm a little nervous for this week. I do rely on social media a lot. Hasn't been too hard so far, but we'll see how it goes.
I woke up this morning and went to go check my phone and realized there was nothing to check. So that was a little weird. I'm excited, but nervous for the rest of the week because right now it's still pretty prevalent how much I want to be checking my phone.
A little bit of background, I guess. I've kind of been using Instagram as a coping mechanism, crutch, for some depressive thoughts. So that might be a struggle this week. Yeah. So, see how this week goes.
I am anticipating that it will be pretty easy for me. I feel like if I don't have access to these apps, I won't be feeling the need to use them. I'm excited to see how much I end up desiring to be on these apps. So yeah, it's interesting though. I have a lot of friends that don't live in State College, so it'll be interesting to see how the lack of communication play a role in the impact of those relationships. So that's what I'm anticipating finding out. So yeah.
I think my biggest challenge will be Instagram and TikTok probably. That's the apps that I definitely spend the most time on. But yeah, I'm feeling excited on day one and ready for the week.
I'm kind of a little nervous to see how it goes because I don't think I've realized, even till just starting today, how much randomly when I don't know what to do with my hands or something, I will just open an app to stare at it and scroll. And I've already noticed the absence of that today. So we're gonna see how this week goes. A little nervous, but I'm sure we'll get through it. It'll be all right. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
It is Monday, and I feel like today hasn't been terrible, but I've definitely been trying to go on my phone.
I woke up this morning and immediately checked my phone and saw all that my apps were deleted.
I did unconsciously try to find myself search for Snapchat at one point.
I went to check that and remembered I didn't have Instagram.
I keep opening my phone and just staring at it because I don't know what to do with myself.
I do find my thumb going back to where the spot it was on my phone.
A lot of times I go to click the app and then I realize, oh, it's not there. So I use it as a buffer time when I'm in between classes or something. So I'm trying to find other things to do besides be on social media now.
I've been watching some shows on Amazon Prime Video because I deleted it Netflix.
I definitely feel like I don't have social media. I'm definitely missing it a little bit.
This morning, instead of what I would be scrolling on Instagram or Snapchatting friends, I actually listened to an enriching podcast.
Mondays are my least busy day, so I woke up at 8:30, and normally I would sit in my bed till 9:30 just scrolling on stuff, but there was nothing to scroll on. So the bright side is I got up and I got a lot of work done and got my laundry done and stuff. So I was oddly productive today, which was really nice. So I guess that's a plus side.
It's kind of sad because I normally wake up and just kind of scroll for a little bit before I actually have to get ready for my day. It just felt weird to not have that period of kind of relaxation right when I woke up. And then I had a pretty busy day, so I didn't seem to miss it that much.
Today was really tough mentally, so I was really hoping to re-download Instagram to use it as a crutch.
The biggest thing I've noticed so far is just feeling a little bit disconnected from the world a little bit, the digital world specifically.
I did have a little bit of disconnect today already. I had a couple of people ask me to add them on social media because that is the way they have their preferred method of communication.
I've realized how much news I get from social media, so yeah, it's interesting being disconnected from that world, and it's not my favorite, but I don't hate it.
I came back to, now that I can't re-download Instagram, I came back to thoughts of when I'm struggling, I need to turn to God, so I found ways to cope without it.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad. My screen time is definitely down today, but I think it was mostly because of how busy I was.
But yeah, overall, pretty easy day.
It's going pretty well so far. I definitely am on my phone less.
It's definitely tough. I'm missing it a little bit, but I think overall it's helping my productivity a lot. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of the week goes.
I think I'm recording my spiral into insanity at this point.
Today I had another pretty easy day without social media. When I had time to wait, I just read a book. I ended up actually finishing a book today. I will say that there's still some struggles with like not being able to see my family's posts or not being able to see my friends every day because texting you don't get to see people's face.
An activity that I found myself doing today, instead of playing a game on my phone or watching a video or TikTok, was coloring. I actually downloaded a coloring app on my iPad, which maybe is counterproductive, but I was like wanting to do something creative, kind of crafty, and it didn't have a coloring book.
I think it's going pretty well. I'm not like desperate for scrolling. I have taken to coloring. That's kind of like been taking place of this like constantly having to move my hands.
I think that it's interesting to look at what like positives there are to having this like cool technology. Like I didn't have to drive to the store and purchase a coloring book with money. I was just able to download a free app within seconds. I'm realizing that there are so many good things about technology, obviously, through taking this cleanse, and I think I'm enjoying my time away from social media, but it's fun to realize how many like cool things there are about technology and ways we can use it to our benefit.
Day 57. I don't know, didn't really find myself going to social media today. I'm really busy with my capstone. It's been taking hours on end. I forgot about this. I decided in conjunction with the social media challenge I was going to take a break from YouTube as well. So instead I watched Netflix. I know. Same deal. But Netflix feels more like one and done. YouTube, I get lost down a rabbit hole. Overall, better day. So not much of a need for social media.
I found myself staring at my phone a little less. Some other apps that I've been using are kind of like scrolling on BuzzFeed or seeing some like news articles and stuff like that, which has been interesting because I usually am not on those apps.
I feel like I care less about like what other people are doing. Like today's like a really sunny day and I'm not like worried about, you know, like, oh, what are other people up to? Like, are people having fun? Like, are they outside? Like, should I be doing that? Should I be going out? Like, I'm just kind of content where I'm at.
It's definitely been difficult. I really want to go on TikTok or on Snapchat or just something to be able to entertain myself, but I know I can't, so I've just been holding on, I've been going strong, but yeah, it has been getting harder.
Hi, it is day 4 now of this social media challenge, and honestly, it's going really well for me because today I found myself not opening my phone as much, which was really good because it's like I'm accustomed to the fact that it's not there.
I think I'm getting to the point where I've stopped looking for the social media and I've just started rediscovering old hobbies.
I think I'm starting to get more used to it. It is still annoying. There's times where I want to go on Instagram, but I can't, or just be able to distract myself for a bit. But yeah, I think I've been using more Netflix and like YouTube or just watching stuff on like those platforms instead. I don't know if that's really better, but it's just something else that I've been using as a distraction, so.
It's been hard. I'm just broke up with my boyfriend like 2 weeks ago, so it's a little bit difficult not to have social media to distract my mind from like dealing with some emotions from that. But part of me feels like a relief from not having to see other people and like what they're doing in their relationships. It's kind of nice to like get a break from that.
I was offered the added challenge of deleting my most used app besides the ones I deleted, so I deleted YouTube as well, and we'll see how that goes. I would argue I've also spent a lot of time watching Netflix, but that's not unusual. I do that too. So I will be keeping that because that is keeping me sane at the moment. But this week has been going well. I've been pretty productive. And yeah, so we'll see how it keeps going.
And I've been texting my best friend a lot more. We would like keep up through Snapchat and social media. Now that I don't have that, I'm like spending more time texting her and having like good conversations with her. Overall, I'm kind of liking no social media.
I think we're like halfway through the week, so excited to see how this goes and how I feel when it ends, but yeah, feeling pretty confident.
It has been quite an interesting week, but honestly, I've been noticing that lately I haven't been struggling as much with it. I don't feel the need to constantly check my phone. I don't feel the need to be staring at things. My screen time is really down. So honestly, it's been a really good time, and like part of me is considering keeping some of it away or limited at least, because it's been so good for not only my mental health but also like just my productivity. But yeah, my mental health has been going up this week too. Like I just feel happier and generally like more well rested. I'm not getting as many headaches, so there might be something to that.
Today, something that I realized was that I don't miss the content that I used to consume on Instagram and TikTok as much as I thought I would. I think that kind of made me realize that once I finish this week and get some of these apps back, that I want to unfollow a lot of people.
Today was actually a little bit harder. I found myself like wanting to scroll on Instagram or scroll on TikTok, or I like wanted a distraction today, but it was good because obviously I didn't have that distraction, so I was doing more productive things.
Didn't really feel the need for social media today. Not really a chance for social media. Although I kind of wish I had tonight. I wish I had distraction. How am I supposed to distract myself when everything seems disinteresting? I really wish I could, but I'm not going to break. And I'm going to stop recording before it turns into another therapy session.
I would say my screen time probably hasn't decreased overall from last week, just because I do have like a show or a podcast or something running in the background. But it does feel better to not be always seeing what other people are doing.
I did feel a little left out. There were a couple conversations today where we were bringing up social media, so it was a little interesting to see that I could be left out by just not even having it, even though I've had it for so long. The lack of communication has still been the biggest challenge, though. I do have some people that I have not really been able to reach because their primary source of communication is Snapchat.
Today I struggled a little bit because it's like I want to look certain things up or I want to like reference something and it's all on my social media, so I'm starting to realize like how much of like memories in life that I keep on there, so that's kind of interesting.
Hello, I'm recording day 6 a little bit late because yesterday I went to New York for a career fair with the College of Communications, so I was out all day and didn't have social media during it, which was interesting.
So day 5, I was actually traveling to a wedding in South Carolina. So it was a little difficult with how long I was waiting. I had a layover for a very long time. But honestly, it was pretty easy to choose another method instead of scrolling on social media. I did end up just like watching Netflix and reading books. However, I felt more productive in following a whole plot, having a full attention span than I would have if I sat there scrolling.
Another thing that I noticed was we took a bus there and it was a 4-hour drive, so that's kind of a lot of time to be doing whatever. But a lot of people looking around were on TikTok, scrolling on Instagram, and I kind of found myself not even like jealous that they were able to do that and I kind of wasn't doing that. I like saw people on TikTok and I was like, I don't even want to be scrolling on TikTok right now. So that's kind of a good feeling.
It definitely has been really hard to not go on social media, especially because now it's the weekend and I really just want to do something besides homework and just be able to go on my phone and not really do or think about anything.
I'm still like craving scrolling on TikTok and like kind of that mindless aspect of it. So I kind of feel like I will re-download that one, even though that's probably the one I need to re-download the least. But overall, not as scary as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be like nervous and like always checking my phone and like looking for those apps, and it just hasn't necessarily been that way. So feeling good about that.
It could be interesting to see how like much time I spend on my phone changes into next week. I'm probably gonna re-download stuff just for the convenience of it, but like, because I am noticing it is a bit of an inconvenience. I could definitely tell that I had a problem with it beforehand, so there's that.
I think day 6 was my hardest day. It was just very challenging. I felt like I couldn't relate to some of the people I was having conversations with. A lot of my conversations were about social media that I had either missed or couldn't acknowledge or didn't relate to on any level. But I also noted how relieved I felt to not have the pressure of needing to relate to these people, needing that constant validation from other people that I'm part of this group, that I'm part of this thing that's bigger than us.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm kind of excited to download apps again.
I know I'm definitely gonna re-download my apps tomorrow. I might spend a little bit more time than usual on it just because I've been off it for a week.
Overall, I think it was a really good experience, and I'm glad I did it. But I will be looking forward to scrolling through TikTok again. So, I don't know. But I think it will, I've decided that I'm going to set app limits.
But I definitely do want to start setting time limits on my apps and just not try to use it as much, because I am realizing there's a lot of moments where I just try to open the apps just because I want something to look at or I'm bored, when I could be doing something else that could be more productive.
I don't know if this week was the right week to do this challenge for me. I can't say it really helped.
I am feeling like I need social media less, which I was not expecting.
It was not as hard as I expected it to be overall, but I still miss some of it. I was kind of expecting to wake up one day and then like not immediately want to check my phone, and that was not the case.
I am not gonna lie, I am kind of excited to download it again tomorrow. I miss being able to scroll mindlessly. It was a good week. It showed me a lot, like how much I like just gravitated towards social media instead of like actively choosing. Sometimes I literally just like went on it. I was able to focus a lot more this week. I was much more productive. I got a lot done before the weekend, which was really nice.
I always tell myself I'm more connected through social media and I'm keeping in touch with friends, but I also feel like at the same time it can be so isolating.
Social media is good sometimes, bad most of the time.
So today is the day after the challenge. I did re-download all my social media apps.
I re-downloaded Instagram last night.
I did immediately re-download all my social media. I know.
I'm actually not that quick to put social media back on my phone. I feel that having more than one social media is kind of redundant.
I did re-download TikTok and Instagram, and Snapchat. However, my notifications are turned off for all of those apps.
Overall, I think this was a good experience for me because it was a wake-up call to really show me how, like, kind of addicted I was to social media and still probably am, and how much I feel I depend on it in certain situations.
I thought I would spend more time than I actually did. It wasn't as satisfying as I thought it would be.
I re-downloaded Instagram last night to, I don't know, block out, not think for a while. Try to use it as a crutch. And at the end, when I finally decided it was time for bed, I was still left with my thoughts. So it didn't really work.
I think I'm going to just try to stay off them as much as I can during the week. I found it easier to like keep myself busy during the week than on the weekends.
I found that I appreciate my time more when I'm off of social media. I do things that are more productive for making me feel better instead of sitting there doom scrolling and feeling sorry for myself that I'm on my phone. And I found ways to manage my time, and I found ways to fill my time that was not social media.
I do think I'm gonna keep using the apps, but I just hope that I don't use them as much now.
I feel like overall the challenges were just the lack of communication that I was able to that was challenged through this week. And just kind of noticing how heavily everyone relies on social media.
This was a very cool experience, and I look forward to thinking about how it might impact me in the future.
Yeah, I'm so glad I was able to do this, and thank you so much for following along. I also wanted to challenge you watching this right now. If you are feeling like you're on social media too much, on your phone too much, just delete all of your apps. Like, it is such like an interesting experience, honestly, just to kind of see how it changes your days. But yeah, I had a pretty good week, and I hope that you enjoyed following along. Thank you so much. Bye!